just waiting in his pockets. After that, two guys came up to me with huge guns, pistols, knives, and everything. And they were wearing like a blue vest. You know what they should have brought with them instead? Maybe like a bag of diapers. Because when you approach me with that amount of guns on you, I'll probably need one. So anyways, they took me to the back room, they sat me down. They started asking me a question. Tried to list every address you've been to, list every phone number you've used. And then they asked me this question. Do you know Osama bin Laden? Do you think if I know Osama bin Laden, I would say, oh yeah, we used to go to high school together. 3 hours of investigation and then I was freed. But it did not stop there. 3 years later, I'm in Frankfurt, Germany. And I'm late. So I'm running through the airport trying to catch my flight. They stopped me right before the plane. They asked me my passport. Oh, a Saudi passport. Oh, I'm a delegate. Yeah, I think we got it. Please come this way. A big, huge guy took me to the back room and asked me to strip down to my underwear. And then I see him wearing a plastic glove. And I'm thinking, no. So, is that it? He came up to me and I said, whoa, sir, wait. You're just going to approach me like this? Don't you want to, I don't know, try to get to know each other first? Play some music? Light a candle or something? Turn the lights, please? What kind of animal are you? Sir, please relax. I'm just going to check the inside of your mouth. Thank you. 3 more hours of investigation and then I was free. 2 years later, I'm in Abu Dhabi. It's like around the corner. I thought those people will actually understand, right? I came in, I gave the guy my passport. It took a long time to go through the computer. I want to save him the time. I said, sir, I know. There is a guy with the same name. He looked at me and said, no, actually, I'm looking at the computer now, there are 2 guys. That's actually true. Now there are 2 guys with the same name, and they're all the most wanted. So I would like to give a shout out to all the Muhammad Abdullah out there and say, what is your problem? What are you doing to me? And then I was escorted to the back room again. A guy came up to me with a photo album. It has a mugshot of all the most wanted people. He asked me if I can know anyone. Now, like as I was flipping through it, the first few people, they were dangerously. But then toward the end of the album, I'm seeing people that they should not be on that list. I said, I don't know anyone. Here I was in the hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my name. That is my case. Now, every time I have to go to the airport, I have to plan it ahead of time. Arrive, 9 o'clock. Being questioned, about an hour. Being strip searched, maybe like another hour. Being stopped at the door of the plane for random checking, another hour. 2 years ago, my wife gave birth to a baby boy. And named him Abdullah. Abdullah Muhammad al-Ahbari. Now I know he's going to grow up one day and say, Daddy, why? Why did you do this to me? You have to be told.
Put your hands together one more time for Toastmaster Muhammad Al-Ghatan.
twice at night. The contestants will now have 5 minutes to write down any notes and make any preparations. At the end of those 5 minutes, the Sergeant-at-Arms will collect the notes and all the communication devices from all contestants except the first contestant. Mr. Timekeeper, please signal me at the end of 5 minutes. Your time starts now. In the meantime, please silent down, please escort all the contestants except the first contestants out of the office. We will now begin the speech evaluation contest. The first contestant of the evening is Toastmaster Sadiq Basha, contestant number 1. Toastmaster Sadiq Basha, contestant number 1.
Muhammad Abdullah Al-Khattab. What a name. His parents couldn't have thought this name would make such a nice speech. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, nice looking judges, and target speaker, Mr. Khattab. I wish to evaluate your speech into 2 parts. One is on the speech content, and the second on the delivery. Let me look at the content. I have never seen anybody on earth who has made an advantage on his name as much as you did today. Your parents should have been glad that they picked the right name for you. Muhammad Abdullah Al-Khattab. You had your speech done in a very nice way, taking all advantages which you could from that little 3-word name. The speech was in a very nice way, had a good opening, as usual a very good body, and a hammering hit conclusion. Okay. You had injected humor in the speech in every part of the script. Excellent. Let me look at the delivery part, the major one. You make a very good humor speech. You have the potential, you know your strengths, and you have encashed that today. In particular, the pauses you gave when you were talking your speech, like when you were enacting about the passport officer. You looked at my passport. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. But saying that, I have a few suggestions which I believe would make the speech still better. I think you should look into modulating your voice a little more in your speech. Like when you are getting in the turning points, when you are giving in those pauses and getting the audience ready, and when you are having the twists in your speeches, that is the place you really need to work on your voice modulation. Like the very first time, when you are caught in the airport, you said the passport officer looked at your passport and asked your name. And you said, Muhammad Abdullah Al-Khattab. You said the passport officer went back and spoke. These are the places where you could really enact with your voice modulation and get the audience more into your speaker. Otherwise, brilliant speech. And I really think your son would come with another better speech with the same name. Over to the contest master.
May we have 1 minute of silence while the judges mark their ballots, please. Sergeant at Arms, please prepare the next contestant. Toastmaster, the second contestant of the evening, Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Qurayhi. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Qurayhi.
Good evening, Toastmaster and Toastmaster. Yes. Good evening. Good evening. It is my pleasure to evaluate Mr. Muhammad Al-Thani on his speech titled, My Name, My Curse. Mr. Muhammad Al-Thani came to the podium and he started with his name. He said, my name is Muhammad Al-Thani. And he said, Muhammad is a common name. With this, he managed to attract the attention of the audience. He was able to gain some laughs by saying 9/11. My father did not say, and everybody laughed. So that was great. He has an advantage of turning horror stories into humor. So that was great. And his second and third, he was investigated for 3 hours, 3 times. And in his second and third investigation, he did not elaborate the investigation. He said, I had 3 hours investigation. He could have said, okay, you know, they interrogated me, and he could have shown through his gestures this investigation. But on the third investigation, he managed to give some details. So that was great. When he came in, he held his chin for some time here. He could have avoided that. He could have avoided that. And again, when some of the recommendations that I'm going to give him, to give this person, is when he was met with 2 policemen with guns and knives, he didn't show fear, he was smiling. So he could have showed some fears when he met these 2 policemen with guns and knives. His voice was not loud enough. He could have improved in the voice. So I recommend him in his next speech to make his voice louder. And his conclusion was abrupt. He didn't have a take-home conclusion message. He just said, enjoy, and he left. So he could have given some take-home message to the audience. He didn't do that. All in all, in summary, he had the ability to turn horror stories into humor. I wish him good luck. Thank you.
May we have 1 minute of silence while the judges mark their ballots, please. Sergeant at Arms, please prepare the next contestant. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Yasir Irfan. Toastmaster Yasir Irfan, contestant number 3.
Chief Judge, panel of judges, fellow dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Assalamu alaikum today. In particular, Toastmaster Muhammad Al-Ghetta. I gave, start away, I will give you 3 C's. You might be thinking, what are 3 C's? Don't get this out. The 3 C's are, you are a confident speaker, you are a calm speaker, and you are a casual speaker. Yes, you are very casual while talking your speech. What I liked was the humor which you brought in by talking in a casual way. I came across the name, the curse which you are carrying on your shoulder. I hope it ends at Abu Dhabi airport. It will never continues. You were delivering your speech very complete. But you know, you started your speech without greeting anybody. There was no greeting. I was waiting there. When he's going to say good evening? But I was waiting until the end. I didn't found it. And you know, when you're talking about the second encounter which you had, you told that the officer came to you with a gloves, all those things. You could have enacted those things. You could have enacted the experiences what you were facing in the airport, the trouble what you are having in the airport. You could have mono-act, you could have dramatized the situation. It would have added more value to the speech. And you know, when you came across your son, you could have shared in like pain you are facing with him. You know, it's very painful to encounter these kind of tortures, especially in airports, especially flying for such a long journey. And then when you end up in encountering these kind of tortures, it's always painful. You can tell the wisdom behind that to your son, that you know, by having these things, you're going to become a strong person. You can face the world, no matter what happens tomorrow. You could have encouraged him on that. And I felt at a couple of places, you could have used your voice modulation. I saw sometimes the pitch was thin. At few places, yes, your voice modulation was good. But overall, when I see the speech from the body to conclusion, you could have made use of the voice modulation. And the other thing what I noticed, the stage usage was not appropriate. You were just walking and talking, and sometimes it was not appropriate. You could have made use of the stage. Overall, the speech was very good. You are confident. What I gave you 3 C's today. Those are not A or something like that. But to summarize, You had a humor in your speech. The only thing was what I tell you to use is stage and voice modulation. You are a confident speaker. Thanks to you.
We have 1 minute of silence while the judges mark their ballots, please. Judge Adams, please prepare the next one. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Shivashakti Ganesh. Toastmaster Shivashakti Ganesh, contestant number 4.
Honorable judges, dear Toastmasters, and guests, good evening everyone. And special good evening to Toastmaster Ramada, the friend of this program. My name, my curse. You grab the audience with the humor and you are able to sustain the humor all through your speech. Great. You give the personal story of yours, and still today I never knew that Muhammad Al-Qahtani would be a most wanted name. So, this is the first time I came to know. It's a new information for me.